Greetings, greetings, beings. And this is so funny. I duplicate everything, I guess. I get it now. It don't matter if it's YouTube. This is just happening on YouTube. I can go and record something. It'll duplicate it. I could take a picture. It'll be taken twice off of one snap. Hey, this shit is funny. Weird, but funny. I get it. I make copies of shit. I get it. I'm the original, and I make duplicates. I get it. I fucking get it. But let's understand that the copies can't make the original. The original makes the copies. Let's get that straight, first of all. Second of all, I'm not even finna go through no more ranting and snapping on motherfuckers, none of that shit. I'm just gonna do my God-given life purpose of spiritual teaching and shit. And we're gonna leave all the personal shit aside. Unless it has something to do with a spiritual experience, which I might use as a lesson. So, with that being said, let's start now. Okay, so, and all this, I'm always forgiving. Some things are unforgivable. Not that I don't forgive. It's just that some people don't forgive themselves and they forget. Forgiveness is for self. It's not for somebody else. It's merely for you, so you don't end up like that other person that you don't forgive. Because what happens is, when you despise somebody, you end up turning into that person. We are all made in the image, and it is very easy for us to switch up and duplicate one another, or replicate one another. And for the record, if one person is in pain, everybody is in pain. It's like a cold. One person catch a cold, everybody catch a cold. One person got that virus. Now look at our world, full of the virus. So with that being said, change does start with the one. I've been that one to change. I'm not waiting on nobody else. I changed myself. I appreciate those that gave me the strength to want to change and to want to evolve. Thank you. No hard feelings. What don't kill you make you stronger. So I feel strong as fuck right now. And I have no one to thank but you. You all. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all. Life wouldn't be anything without anything. Air, water, trees, grass, and you guys. You guys are air, water, trees, and grass. Y'all just uproot and walk around. It's no different. Yes, trees have thoughts too. You know what they think about? Honestly, killing you motherfuckers. I'm not being mean. I'm just being real. Have you ever touched a tree and felt its heartbeat? And shared the emotions of a tree and its experience and how it feels and the pain that it goes through? Because y'all cut them down and do the things that y'all do to them. Hang people from them, things of that nature. Yeah, those trees feel that shit. If water has memory, everything has memory. Something you need to consider. And at the end of the day, God is water. Spirit is water. Creator is water. You, co-creator, you're water too. I rest my case. So, now with that being said, let's talk about the flower of life. What is it? What does it mean? Well, it's about the development of existence. Everything in wholeness. Everything in oneness. Everything in its connection into everything and how we are all one and we are all connected. Not just humanity. You were made from cosmic dust. You were made from stars. You were made from cosmology, cosmetics. Where do you think y'all get it from? From the cosmos, the heavens above. But what y'all keep forgetting is we're still in heaven. We're on a giant planet that's a rock, water, and light, floating in outer space. And everything is made out of water and light. Light is water, water is light. Why? Because water holds a reflection. Light reflects. And the water reflects the sun back to itself. And so should you, because you're water. So if you don't have a glow, you need some water in your life. You're drying out. See, that's the problem with living backwards. When you live backwards, when you're 21, you dry out. When you're 12, you stay fresh, like water. If y'all try to do this 21 backwards to reverse the aging process, that's not how it works. The way you reverse the aging process is an individual act, consciously. We can all change our ages consciously, or consciously, we can all gather together and have one thought that age don't exist, and time doesn't matter. And it would change our whole existence, because we live in a mental universe. So now with that being said, let me get to why it's important to come out of duality, or not to necessarily come out of duality, but to realize light is dark, dark is light, black is white, white is black, and vice versa. There's no difference between the two. Proof: when you look at the karma ball, that little dot is concentrated. The rest of it is watered down. So the white side is concentrated black side, the black side is concentrated white side. Yeah, so now black, or what we call Black Lives Matter, are Caucasian people. And, well, we are Caucasian people now, the ones that have melanated skin. That's what y'all get for switching shit around. And then y'all want to change women to men and men to women to try and avoid karma coming back, but now we're all men. So now everybody gets that karma. That's what y'all get for playing games with fee and woe. So if we remove the fee, which is money, and the woe, which woe is me, which is W-O-M-E, without the N, get it? Got it? Okay, good. So now y'all want to keep playing with this shit that's taking you out of existence? Or do you want to actually live in the Lamb's Book of Life and in the Lamb's life? Or do you want to keep playing in the book, in the basic instructions before leaving existence? The Bible. Basic instructions before leaving existence. Y'all say Earth. Earth is existence. But it can't be Earth if it's a new heaven and a new earth. So it has to be existence as you know it. It has to be. And it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the planet. It's the end of a new age and a new era. It's coming into play. But it's not a new era. It's an old era. It's an original era. It's called the Golden Age. And we are bringing in the Golden Age, which consists of technology, communication, knowing, instead of believing. We would know things. There would no longer be any belief systems. There would be a knowledge system installed to where we know things. We know. Won't be no assumptions. Won't be no beliefs, because that's what belief is assumption. We'll know. We'll know fact from fiction. Kind of like the Three Little Pigs. The first house was built out of lies. Second house, built out of half lie, half truth. Third house, built out of the 100 truth, 100% truth. In other words, the first house was built out of darkness. The second house was built out of light and darkness. Well, no. First house built out of light. Second house built out of dark. Third house built out of light and dark. Make sense now? Okay. I guess y'all forget, within every truth, there's a lie that can be told to counter it. And with every lie, well, there's the truth within the lie. So, you want things to matter in the material realm, where Mother does rule the material realm in the material world, which was created by the spiritual realm. Well, then you have to have everything lined up. Your thought has to line up with your word, has to line up with your action, because movement equals sound equals light. So your thoughts are movement. Your voice is your actions. What you do with your hands, or however you manifest whatever you manifest, you're manifesting light. Even if a dude beat off and you get semen out, semen is light, condensed sunlight, liquid form. So, now with that being said, like I said, facts. Movement equals sound equals light. So, you think truth, you speak truth, you create truth. And what you create will last as long as them pyramids, because them pyramids was made out of the truth. A lot of these old ruins were made out of truth. And a lot of these synthetic things that we have in our existence to this day, well, they come and go. Imagine your TV, for example, what is got like a 2-year lifespan before you got to buy a new one. When if it was made out of pure materials and better material, it'll probably last you as long as you last. That part. But see, they want you to keep constantly chasing that counterfeit money. Now let's talk about the word counterfeit. Well, who's fit? You're fit. You put on an outfit. What's an outfit? Something you put on your outer body. So your body is your fit. Clothing is your outfit. Your shell that you put over a shell, which is already encasing a spirit. So, now with that being said, counterfeit means what? That money is meant to make you unfit. Money is meant to counter your fitness. So now imagine you going to spend counterfeit money at a fitness gym. That's counterproductive when you can work out at home for free. But instead you got to pay for a gym membership to work out in the gym. Now let's talk about gym. Well, we all know what a gym is. It's a gym. And it can be worth a fortune. But why aren't you worth a fortune? And why aren't you in your own gym? These are the things that you need to be inspecting about yourself. See, the Bible says, my people will perish for the lack of knowledge of thyself. If you translate that, it says, my people will die for lack of power of thyself. Knowledge is power. So, power of thyself. Not somebody else's power. Your own power. Your own power. Not my power. Your power. You will die for lack of knowledge of your own power. Because you don't know how powerful you are. So if you don't know how powerful you are, and with great power comes great responsibility, then translate that. That means that you're a great power that's very irresponsible and you're destructive. Hence the 21. Because we all know that regardless of if you add 2 plus 1, you get 3, and 1 plus 2, you get 3. We all know that. But there's a vortex. There's a reverse vortex on that, and there's a forward vortex on that. So with that being said, when you 21 and add 3 up, you're still going backwards. It's like a countdown instead of a count up. You ever notice they do countdowns for spacecrafts to go up? So, you down here doing a countdown for your spacecraft to go up, and your body is your spacecraft. Ha! Get it? Spacecraft. Since y'all know so much witchcraft, this is why it's coming under spirituality. And this is why you're going crazy, and you're going to go to war against each other, and you're going to break apart, and you're going to come back together as one whole human being. Humanity. Beings. Not doings. Beings. That's the whole gist of it. To be a human being. Not a human doing. That's somebody taking a crap. You want to keep being somebody's shit, coming out somebody's ass? Because you can be real moldable when you're somebody else's shit. How about you mold yourself? How about you learn about the power of yourself? How about you learn about the anatomy of yourself? How about these motherfuckers just discovered a new, well, not recently, but kind of recently, a few years ago, they just discovered that we had a new organ in our body. Humanity is how old? And they just now finding another organ in our body? Seriously? So that tells you how much we know about ourselves, yet we snoop around in everybody else's shit, tinkering with everything else, when we don't know much about ourselves. It's easier for somebody to control you than to control their own motherfucking self. And they can do it with $1. That's like when you go to a dog race, like on Bugs Bunny and shit, they used to have that rabbit with the carrot and shit, and had the greyhounds chasing them and shit. That's y'all. But why are you chasing money when you are money? Why are you chasing currency when you are currency? The currency possesses you. You're in possession of currency already without even having money in your pocket. What y'all don't get is that you don't own money. Money owns you. You're not in possession of the money. You're possessed by who owns the money. And that's who you work for. Who owns that money. So when you go to work, and they cut a check, that job don't own that money that's paying you. They work for the motherfucker that own the money. So who owns money? I'll tell you who owns money. Jesus, Ra, the Almighty God owns money. And whenever he comes back, I don't see him having to need it. But if he needs it, I would assume that, well, hell, this motherfucker made us and everything else in creation and shit. So this motherfucker will own everything in sight. Why would he need money? Other than for us to be able to continue our commune or whatever we do, our commerce. Right. That part. See, the sooner y'all get yourself in shape and together and become fit, the longer you'll live. There's a myth or a theory that you live in a prison planet. No, it's a prism planet. Prism. And prison are two different things. Prism means colorful. Hence, be fruitful, which means colorful, and multiply, which means duplicate. Okay. So you're supposed to be fruitful and multiplying. So you're supposed to be in a prism planet, a colorful multiplicity universe and planet. That's what you're supposed to be in. That's not what you're in. You called it a prison planet. So prison means to pry sun. So why are you prying the sun from yourself when you are condensed sun? So you're prying life from your body to receive death. So I'm going to tell you like this. True story. You're a prison. You can't die. Death does not exist. You're light. There will always be light. And when there's no light, there will be no existence. Just like before. And we came from the darkness into the light and said, let there be light. Greater light, less light. Everything is light. Light, 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 light. We're all light. Women, men, all light. Period. And water, which is light. So, like I was saying, study yourself. Learn about yourself. Realize the fact that you're on a prism planet and you're not in prison, and your body is not a prison. It's a prism, not a prison. Spirit would not put itself into something for it to destroy itself, if that makes sense. Unless it has what we call a short lifespan, like some animals, some insects. Well, they're meant to have that short lifespan so they can go and come back faster to source. But you are supposed to be the top of creation. That means that you're supposed to be more important than all the planets in the universe because you have them in your body. Well, them planets still up there. Y'all bodies drop left and right. These trees live longer than y'all. This planet been around since before you got here. So the idea that your spirit is trapped and is trying to be freed, it's not true. How about this idea? Facts. You can marry your flesh and your spirit together, which is what the Bible instructs. The Bible instructs for you to become one. Your flesh and your spirit to become one. When your flesh and your spirit become one, well, spirit is energy and energy is indestructible. So you become immortal. What you're listening to and who you're talking to and what I am, I'm a spirit. And yes, I still have flesh. And yes, I'm still a spirit. And yes, I'm immortal. Why? Because my left side, my right side brain is married, my heart and my brain are married, so I have 2 hearts, 2 brains. How it's supposed to be. I am linked in. I am fully aligned with myself. I am fully balanced. And you can be too. You can marry your left side and your right side to your brain. Your heart and your mind don't have to have disputes. Your flesh and your spirit can become one with each other in agreement and work together. And once you do that, well, you become immortal. And you understand death doesn't exist. Only transformation. And you can transform into anything you want to transform into at any given time, whenever you're ready. That's a better It's not a concept. Let's call that truth. Proof? I see a lot of stuff that lives longer than us. You were supposed to have 120 years. Y'all be out of here by 50, 60, 70 years old. Y'all ain't even getting the whole full 120, which is 12. 120 with extra zero. But if we had no time, no sundial, no months, no days, then question yourself, how long would you actually live if you didn't have those things to consider or have to worry about? If you didn't have to worry about racing against time, then that's all you will have. But then if time didn't exist, then you don't have to worry about how long you're going to exist or not. Don't that make sense? So that means you stop the aging process, you stop time as you know it, but you don't stop growth. Time was meant to measure things, not necessarily man. We just utilize it to measure us. It was meant to measure things around us, not each other, not ourselves. So, our birthdays that we celebrate push us closer to death, make us older. If we stop celebrating birthdays, things of that nature, if we forget about age, things of that nature, forget about time, things of that nature, well, you always be on time, you never be late, you never die, you never age. See where I'm going with this? The mind is a terrible thing to waste. And it's definitely not a space that someone else should be able to manipulate and invade against your own free will with any kind of technology or with even their own mind. It's wrong on every level. And with that being said, that's exactly why what's coming to a close is coming to a close. Because you are not supposed to be controlling anyone but yourself. And if you can't control yourself, there's a problem. That means you're insecure. And a lot of y'all have too much ego and pride, which are not body parts. They don't exist. Ego and pride is an illusion. Get rid of it. If you can't find it in your body, why does it exist? Why do you have it? Figure that one out. Get back at me if you want to. Love.